Best EVs for sale. Let's take a look at some electric cars that you can buy in 2020. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'll link it down in the comment section. Before continuing with the video, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and a sub would be amazing. After years of teasing, Porsche's new Taycan is the brand's first EV, as well as the market's first true head-to-head rival for the popular Tesla Model S. The 4-seat sedan is also the most expensive and least efficient car on this list, but its desirability is off the charts thanks to extreme performance and a luxurious interior. Currently, every Taycan features an all-wheel drive and two powerful electric motors. Porsche offers three models: the 522 horsepower 4S, the 670 horsepower Turbo, and the 750 horsepower Turbo S. But don't let those names throw you. The Turbo and Turbo S aren't actually turbocharged like the brand's gas-powered models, such as the Panamera Turbo and the 911 Turbo S. Again, every Taycan is strictly battery-powered. The Taycan 4S has an EPA-rated range of 203 miles, while the Turbo and Turbo S offer a little less. Audi e-tron. Audi's only EV is a 5-passenger SUV. It's available in two body styles, the standard e-tron which has more cargo space and the e-tron Sportback that has sportier coupe-like silhouette. Both are more than 9 inches longer than a Q5 and are offered in a couple of trim levels. Each has a sizable 95.3 kWh lithium-ion battery pack and two electric motors that generate a combined 355 horsepower and 414 pound-feet of torque. Put the transmission in sport mode though, and output jumps to 402 horsepower and 490 pound-feet briefly. All-wheel drive is standard. Unfortunately, Audi's 74 mpg E rating and 205 miles of range aren't that impressive, but it can hit 60 miles per hour in a claimed 5.5 seconds, so it's quick as well as comfortable. There's also plenty of rear cargo space and a small trunk up front. Jaguar I-Pace. Jaguar's first electric vehicle is now in its second year of sales. The I-Pace competes with the Tesla Model X, but costs considerably less. Jaguar offers three trim levels: S, SE and HSE, and they all get the same 90 kWh lithium-ion battery pack and two electric motors producing a heady 394 horsepower and 512 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive is standard. Although the Jaguar's 76 mpg E rating isn't much to brag about, its 234-mile range is respectable. It hits 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds and makes it one of the quickest EVs out there. It's also family friendly with seating for 5, 25 cubic feet of rear cargo space and a small front trunk. Tesla Model X. This is the largest and most expensive SUV on this list. It's also the only 7-seater. Famous for its dramatic falcon wing back doors, the Tesla Model X has been around for 5 years now, and it hasn't changed much in that time. Tesla is currently advertising two trim levels, the Long Range Plus and the Performance model. Both feature all-wheel drive and two electric motors, and they boast more than 300 miles of range. An industry-leading infotainment system, the largest touchscreen in the business, and breathtaking acceleration are also part of the Model X's appeal. Tesla says the Long Range Plus will hit 60 mph in 4.4 seconds, while the Performance will snap your neck with a time of just 2.6 seconds. Only the Porsche Taycan and Tesla's own Model S sedan can keep up with the X. Nissan Leaf. Now in its second generation, the Nissan Leaf has never been very good looking, but the compact 5-door hatchback has been around for decades, and it's one of the best-selling electric vehicles in the world. A full redesign last year toned down the model's clumsy styling and increased its range. Two versions are now offered: the basic Leaf with a 40 kWh battery pack and the Plus, which costs about $7,000 more. The Plus gets a 62 kWh battery pack for radically more range and a more powerful electric motor for better acceleration. Range jumps from 149 miles to a very respectable 226. Both versions of the Leaf are front-wheel drive and offer spacious cabins and a long list of standard and optional technologies. But it's not as fun to drive as its main rival, the Chevrolet Bolt, nor can it go as far on a charge. Tesla Model S. There were EVs long before the Model S, but Tesla's sedan-like hatch is the vehicle that proved that an efficient, fast and attractive electric will not only sell, it will go for big money. Introduced way back in 2012, the Model S remains as appealing as ever, from its sleek, muscular styling to its minimalistic interior. Its performance is still ahead of the industry that it dragged, kicking and screaming into the EV business. Tesla has made improvements over the years, cranking up the hatchback's acceleration and range. Today, Tesla offers the Model S in either a long-range plus or performance trim. The latter will cost you $20,000 more. Both have an all-wheel drive, 2 electric motors and adjustable air suspension, and both are incredibly quick. Plus, the S offers the best range in the biz, up to 373 miles. Chevrolet Bolt EV. When the Chevy Bolt debuted back in 2016 with a range of 238 miles and a price below $40,000, the front-wheel drive hatch seemed like the electric revolution most Americans were waiting for. Unfortunately, its homely little hatchback body turned many people off. This year, Chevy updated the Bolt's lithium-ion battery pack that's mounted under its floor, upping the energy density of the cells and increasing its capacity from 60 kWh to 66 kWh. According to the EPA, these changes have expanded its range by 21 miles, for a total of 259 miles. That's more than a Tesla Model 3 Short Range Plus has to offer, and the Bolt's 200 horsepower motor provides respectable thrust with a 60 mph time of 6.7 seconds. People also like the Bolt's airy interior and decent 17 cubic feet of cargo space. Tesla Model 3. Regardless of how you feel about Elon Musk or the Tesla products, there's no denying the sales and success of Model 3. Introduced a few years ago, the brand's least expensive model was one of the most anticipated cars of the decade. Promising a huge EV range for about $40,000, today they are everywhere and it's easy to understand the appeal. The Model 3 is a quick, sharp handling sedan with attractive styling and enough interior space for your friends. It also offers the biggest range numbers and the lowest acceleration times for the money. Musk has delivered the bang for the buck. The rear-wheel drive Standard Range Plus model with its 250 miles of range has proven very popular, while the all-wheel drive Long Range and Performance models offer 322 miles of range and 60 mph acceleration as quick as 3.2 seconds. This Model 3 can even give a run for its money with other performance cars. The list is in no clear order and it depends on your budget and your interests. If you stuck around till the end, thanks a lot. It means a lot to me.